You get comfortable tonight. Say hello to everybody. Get this a little bit closer so I can moderate this sound. Get a little sound quality as we wind it down. The holidays are upon us. I really can't remember a year that I felt so alive. I really can't remember a time when I felt so excited. I really can't remember a time when I felt so carefree, right? Really winding down tonight. Many of you, just like myself, you had your month was up. And you're like hitting the point where you're in this grind, this mode, so many expectations from the kids, the spouse, the job, so many things going on. You need this time to wind down with Taibu. Winding down with Taibu is an important thing. Tonight, we're going into the truth. So buckle up. I'm going to give you the truth of it. When I started coaching a long time ago, about 2021, I really didn't know what I was going to be as a coach. I didn't. But what I'll say is that through podcasting, our relationships, and meeting so many fancy, fine people, what I can say is, I feel ready to step out. I'm looking forward to the permission slip tour, speaking in front of people, making things happen for them. I do look forward to that. I have just a few little things to work through. But with that being the case, I'm telling you, I'm really getting into some stuff. With that said, happy holidays, everybody. This is winding down with Taibu. This is your space to just relax. Listen to me give you a quick coaching lesson and just some strategies, some winning strategies on how to handle some of the day's obstacles. Many of you end the day jealous of somebody else. Many of you spend the day torn with envy about what you don't have and what they do. Have you considered how much energy you put into being jealous of someone else's success? What if you took that energy? Tonight's about truth. Tonight, I want you to buckle up. We're going deep into the truth tonight. If you took the energy that you spend being jealous of people online or in your lives that have more than you, and you took the energy and put it into what I'm doing, personal development. If you took just a smidgen of the energy you spend being negative and being down or being sad, do you know that it takes energy to be depressed? A lot of you don't want to hear that or deal with that, but it takes energy to be depressed. It does. Can you imagine what you would do with the energy it takes to wallow around in self pity? I'm not shaming folks that have different mental health illnesses. What I'm saying is that a lot of mental health illnesses, they're simply, conditions that we bring on. And I'm comfortable going deep into the truth tonight about that. If you make terrible, terrible decisions, and I'll get to that in a second, you're probably going to end up depressed. Uh, and for those of you who depression isn't a choice, it's valid. It's valid. But how do you know? Are you self-diagnosing lately? How smart is that? If you took just a smidgen of that energy that you spend being hurtful and harmful to others and put it into personal self-development, what could you accomplish? What could you achieve? I'm not going to keep y'all long because I'm going to get my holiday started in a few minutes. Let me teach from the book. I want you to buckle up. I'm going to go deep into the truth. Whether you only have a minute for me, 10 minutes for me, the whole show. The Gamble of Greatness is truly my first genius document. This book right here on Amazon. This is on Amazon. This book right here, I'm telling you, this is my first genius document. I'm going to give y'all the truth. So I have a free workbook for anybody that wants to achieve a goal and get on that journey. It's called the EFC workbook, effort, focus, and commitment. Now, this is always going to be the foundational tool. Every business I build from here up, no matter what industry I'm in, what I'm doing, the EFC work will be the foundation of every business. Now, the truth about many of you is you can't handle the truth. I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Who needs the EFC training? Who needs the EFC? All right. Let's discuss it. Okay. So on page 19, it talks about who needs the EFC. All right. Stick with me on this. I'm going into the truth. I have to teach you. This is the truth, everybody. All right. Not everyone was raised in an environment that nurtures this kind of mindset, student mindset. And believe me, I know what that feels like. I wasn't either. If you weren't taught to embrace learning as a lifelong process, trust me, I understand. It's something many of us have to figure out later in life, often through trial and error. After years of unlearning old habits and patterns that weren't even serving us. All right. But no matter where you started, it's never too late to make a change. It's my mission and my privilege to help guide others out of what I've come to think of as a prison of poor decision making. So if you ask me who needs the EFC, if you ask me who needs my coaching program, I would say it's the people who are trapped in prison. Trapped. That's the truth. In a prison of poor decision making. Do you know how genius that is? Do you know how genius that is? To talk to people and say, you're trapped in a prison of your own poor decisions. It just don't get no more real than that. The government should look at my podcasting and offer me all kinds of billions of dollars to just come tell all of you the truth about yourself. Like, this is the truth, everybody. People are making poor decisions in this country and they're trapping themselves in a terrible life. And they always go to the government to bail them out. If you hear people bad mouthing the government, it's after they've trapped themselves in a prison of poor decision making. But you can't handle that truth. I'm gonna let you wind down. I'm not gonna get you riled up. I'm gonna let you wind down with me. But tonight I want you to buckle up because I'm going to dive deep into the truth. You complain so much, you worry so much. If you complain and you worry, if you were around, if you were here right now on my podcast and you were complaining or expressing that you're worried, I would know that you need the EFC workbook. You need my coaching. Who needs the EFC? The people trapped in a prison of poor decision making. A person that complains, they're complaining why? They don't have a plan or strategy that's working. It's not working. It's not working. It's not a winning strategy. That's why you need a winning strategy coach. The winning strategy coach. Taibu Wadi. And let me be clear about this. If you're complaining, that's one thing. If you're worrying, everybody knows that you don't have a winning strategy. If you're worried, nah, you gotta have ice in your veins. When pressure comes on, you have to have a strategy for that. Taibu more deep. I'm winding y'all down. I only got two more things to say. But the people that need the EFC workbook and my coaching are people who have trapped themselves in a prison of poor decision making. Can't get out. The only way for you to get out is to accept my coaching. Is to embrace the EFC philosophy of training. Because when you begin to add effort, focus, and commitment to your goal, no prison, physical or otherwise, can keep you inside. Who needs the EFC and my coaching? Pretty much all of you. Pretty much. But we'll see who's brave enough to come on in. What are the benefits of the EFC workbook and my coaching? Now, the benefits. Okay. Let me give you the benefits. I'm not promoting my coaching program as some kind of perfect, foolproof solution. I'm reading this from the book, people. What I'm offering is a proven method for personal transformation. Proven, not perfect. You see, perfection is a myth. It's an unattainable ideal that only serves to hold us back. Instead, what works is taking consistent, intentional action. That's what I teach in my program. It's about moving forward one step at a time, using strategies that have already actually helped people, just like you, achieve real, lasting results. This brings me to an important point that I want to address. Too many people aren't investing in professional coaching because they believe that they already know what they'll get. Mama, I wish some nights I had that ET vibe. I could yell at you without seeming to be agitated. Isn't that cool how Eric Thomas does that? He yells at us. He yells at the camera. He yells at the people in the audience, but he doesn't seem agitated. Smooth. Watch next time you watch Eric Thomas talk, you're gonna see Eric Thomas literally yells at everybody, but he never seems agitated. It's slick. But I'm not gonna yell tonight. What I just said was the truth. Can you handle it? You haven't invested in my coaching program. You haven't texted the word win to my inbox. So I can come down there and say, hey, what's going on? We should go? Let's get you on that per journey. The minute you haven't done it, because you already think you know what I'm going to do for you. We ain't had one conversation. But what I do know is that if you walk yourself back through my videos over my different social media pages, it'll become apparent. It'll become crystal clear that I actually did the work that you're not willing to do, or to this point you haven't been willing to do. So get in here right now. Don't hesitate. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. It's the truth, not whether you can handle it or not. We winding down. I'm almost out of here. I got one more point to make. Let me reiterate something. A lot of people need to understand when you're getting frustrated, you wonder. You really wonder. Here it is. Hold on. Here it is. The last chapter. People who get frustrated wonder why they're not moving forward, despite all the time and energy they've invested in their planning and preparation. The answer is simple. You're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But perfect doesn't exist. Instead, you need to learn how to take action, make adjustments as you go, and trust that progress, no matter how imperfect. It's better than remaining stuck in the planning phase. Your thought is, why pay someone else when I can just figure it out? Here's the problem with that. You can't objectively see your own blind spots. No one can self-diagnose themselves effectively, especially when it comes to personal growth transformation. You might think you know what's holding you back, but trust me, there are things you can't see on your own, patterns, behaviors, beliefs that someone on the outside can identify. And that's where I come in. So without getting too preachy, I just described for you why many of you are shortchanging yourself. My program costs my program costs around 400, around 300 to 400 a month. They can be half that depending on which program you come in on, but mainly it's around 300 to 400 a month. If my program is that much, and then you go out to you say, "Nah, I don't need the program." You go out to the club and you spend that $300. That was almost 6 weeks of this, where you could have gotten that fresh perspective and been good. You're shortchanging yourself. Invest in your personal development and growth with a person like me. Doesn't have to be me. I'm just waking you up. You need coaching. Imagine seeing me this time next year, the night before Thanksgiving, and not having moved your personal needle at all. But you see me still sitting here reading from the same book saying, hey, now's the time. And it might take that for some of you. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be online coaching and speaking, motivating, uplifting, guiding, mentoring, and setting straight. I'll be training, preparing, right? Going crazy. Type you can't handle the truth. But that's what the benefits are. The benefits are with my coaching, you'll get to a point where you'll get to that point where you can stand on your own and you'll know it's real. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna close it out for tonight because we're just winding down. Happy holidays. I hope everybody's turkey day is gonna be awesome. This is you. This part right here is you without the EFC. So this is how you live without me in your life. My coaching program in your demonstration. For anyone still wondering about the value of investing in coaching, let me ask you this. How did you feel the last time you tried to do it on your own? How'd you feel? The last time you tried to do it on your own, how'd you feel? Were you successful? Come on, man. Come on, Ty. They can't know the truth. How did that work out for you? Now imagine how different it would feel if you invested in yourself in a coaching program and actually succeeded. Picture it. Feel that success. Does that sound better than the cycle of failure you've been in? Many of you don't go cheap on your makeup. That's the truth. Many of you don't go cheap on the bar soap for your body. That's the truth. Many of you pamper yourself and spend money to be social because otherwise people would want to socialize with you because you're out of shape or your head's not in the right space. I'm telling you, you can't handle the truth. But it's so crazy. The one thing about the truth is whether you can handle it or not, if you embrace it, it always sets you free. Tywin Wood D right here, just winding down with you, hoping that you got some homemade macaroni and cheese in your near future. I know, I hope I do. But look, I'm telling you, shout out to Holly Hyundai for putting me on. Shout out to Clay Cooley for getting me started in the game and pushing me hard to learn how to be a great car salesman. Um, Shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out to my lovely girlfriend Shay, who's been, like a rock, uh, year after year. So shout out to her for that. Shout out to all four of my kids and my two step kids who are all wonderful people, and I'm excited to see what they become down the line. Shout out to all of you, my viewers and my connections and my followers. I want to shout y'all out tonight as we wind down. Take time to wind down. I'm just showing you all. Take this time to wind down. Don't get caught up in the hustle and bustle. I'm giving you a winning strategy. So you wake up with me and you work out. Then at nighttime, kick back and wind down. Put on some nice chill music, wind down, read. Don't look at the internet and read that. Read. Fill your mind up. Coach Tigers winning strategies. I'm telling you. This is my first genius document. I'm telling you right now. Am I working on my next book? Yes. Will it be that thing? Yes. Will it change the game? Yes. Will you get it and read it? That better be a yes. Winding down with Taibu. I wanted to give you guys the truth tonight. The truth is you've you've made so many poor decisions about your health, about your finances, and in your relationship that you're now trapped in a prison of poor decisions and poor decision making. To correct that, look no further. Just inbox the word win. Text or DM me the word win. For immediate assistance, text the word win to 682-514-5955. I'll reach back out to you. and we'll get to the bottom of what your motivation is to win. Taibu Muad'Dib, as always, when you overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow always feel like paradise. I'll see you at the next wind down session, or maybe you will start waking up working out with me. You choose. If you are in the DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth, and you want a nicer, newer vehicle for the holidays, don't forget, drive 30. I'm putting t-shirts on, folks, on Friday. People have already signed up and got their car. If you want a car for Christmas, my program is 30 days or less. So you might be on one of the less people, and then we'll get you your car for Christmas. Drive 30. If you have bad credit, look, I launched it this month. It's already successful. I got my first person done. I got something else to get. It's gonna just keep racking up, and then you won't have any excuse, and you'll still make one anyway. But it won't make no sense because people are driving off the lot. If you've been told no, I'm gonna get you a yes. If you've been denied, I'm gonna get you access. Get your new car to my Drive 30 coaching program. Taibu Muad'Dib, text the word win to 682-514-5955. Now, I've said everything I can say. I hope you wound down a little bit with me. The mentality to do this is to push everything to the side and get into who you really are. Seasons change. Change is natural. Just make sure it's a change up. Appreciate you. All right, know what it is. See you next time.